You never know.
All right, I think we're live now.
Yeah, cool.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Hi, guys. Long time no speak.
Yeah, so we just want to get a quick session together just to talk about casually about some things that's been going on and why we've been quiet.
Let you know we're still alive as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm actually here in New York in a really tiny hotel. This is about my whole room.
Oh my word, tiny.
Yeah, I can't show too much because there's nothing left of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've been basically traveling for work and still getting ramped up. I basically changed jobs. I won't say it here, but if you're curious, you can go on my LinkedIn profile and find out. But it's just brought a lot of travel, at least for the next couple of months since May. So that's my reason pretty much for being quiet, in addition to actually trying to build out the garage into an office and then also somewhat get space for my printers there. So haven't really had a place for any of the printers either. The ENIAC is still in my basement. Yeah, just no time.
I'm pretty much.
So
I'm pretty much in the same spot. Work, training for my next level. So work's taken a big part of my life at the minute. I'm in the same situation as Shay, currently converting my garage into a printing studio. So yeah, it's taken up a lot of time, but we're still here, still got plans. It's just it's just ticking over in the background.
Yep, and I think since both of us are busy with life and personal work stuff, I think we're still finding time in between to talk about stuff and our ideas about printers. And I mean, I know, like you say, you're finishing up your garage. I'm finishing up mine. I think when we both have ours ready, we'll set up. Do you want to talk about some of the other printers we've acquired? I know I've
that's a good one. That's quite an interesting one. I'm sure you must have been under a rock if you haven't heard about the Obsidian. Obviously, the cheap as printer. Still a little bit skeptical that they can deliver, but I've pledged. I got quite lucky. I got an early bird eagle. I think it's classified on the 4th of July. They opened up another round of early birds, and I wasn't going to miss out the second time because I was really narked that it messed up my payment on the early birds originally. But anyway, I got one. I've sort of upgraded my pledge to a plus. I'm not bothered about the deluxe, but I'm going for a plus model. So that's going to be interesting to see if that comes to fruition.
Did you upgrade to the? Did you get the base one, or did you get the one with the plus with the heated bed?
I've gone. Obviously, it's the basic. The early birds were the basic, and then you just add money to make up to what you want. So I've made mine up to the plus with a heated bed. So I think I'm paying $189 delivered for the plus model with a heated bed.
Yeah, I'll probably add the heated bed to mine too. I just haven't had time to sit down and do it.
Yeah, there's plenty of time. Yeah, so there's still about 12 days left on it.
So we'll both have an Obsidian as well, hopefully one day. So be curious to see that one. I have a Delta, a Oldertech Coastal 2020 that's sitting as well that I just picked up from a friend because it was cheap.
Yeah.
How about you? Did you get anything else?
I've got a CR10 winning its way to me. I couldn't miss out. Everyone's going on about how fantastic they are. But the main reason really for me getting it wasn't really about the print quality, which obviously proof is out there that it's very good, is I'm interested to see about wheels on rails. I want to sort of look into that a little bit deeper. And I know the CR10 performs really well. And that's basically, V in V extrusion. So I'm interested to see how well that works over time. So I want to do a little bit of research, and I figured the CR10 is the best way forward with that when it's already producing great results. But I'm skeptical about the longevity of how long the bearings and these wheels will last. But as long as everything's adjustable, which it is, there shouldn't be no problem. I figured it'd just be a printer there. Maintenance is a regular thing rather than something you do once a year.
Yeah, and I think what'll be interesting is you'll have the CR10, I have the Coastal. We'll be able to compare the how they do the rails and the wheels on the rails, right? And then I want to get the raw stock cheapskates, which are a little different too.
Yeah.
And so I think both of us are kind of doing this eventually to build better printers.
Exactly, and that's what it's about, isn't it? At the end of the day, we've both got a reasonable experience in 90%. It's that 10% where we're not quite sure on, which we're trying to fill the gaps, aren't we? Really, with our knowledge base.
Yeah, so I think it'd be exciting. What else you got going on from a, let's say, slicer perspective? Anything new on the
I'm still using S3D. I didn't really, sorry guys, I haven't updated the slice for large objects yet. I only got a chance to do that one video. I do plan on sort of bringing that up to date at some point. I'm interested to see the new S3D update, which is due soon. Apparently there's some unique features that's going to be on there, so that'll be interesting to see. But right now, as far as slices go, S3D ruled the world. Now not so much. I still use S3D, don't use anything else, but everyone is catching up. The minute the other software can add custom supports, then S3D is blown out the water unless they come out with something new.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. I do want to mess around with the pressure control, the new one that was released. And
yes, yeah, I was reading about that. The fact that that's taking place of Slicer, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that their intention is to still keep both running, but to have the pressure control as an option for, I think, either simpler or possibly to compete just with Cura.
Yeah.
To get a wider audience, and then Cura is just pounding out instant new versions every.
Yeah, Cura. The amount of options in Cura, if you allow yourself to edit every option, it's absolutely ridiculous what you can actually change and tweak. I think sometimes that gets in the way a little bit. Like some of the options are almost the same thing in different categories.
Yeah.
But if you get your head around it, there's lots you can tweak to make great prints.
And then have you played with Formite at all? Did you get a chance to see that one or not? Formite?
No, I haven't looked at that. Or Craftware. I haven't really looked at Craftware yet either.
Yeah, so I was using Craftware for a while. It's been actually quite a bit since I've opened up that UI. But Formite is it's an online slicer, and actually the slicer's really called Katana.
Yeah.
The wrapper around Katana, like you have, just like you have slicer and you have slicer control or pressure control. So that's actually the one I use for the Wanhao, just to do quick prints because I have the profile set up there.
Yeah.
And I can use it from any printer, my work printer. So I don't have a personal laptop at the moment yet either. So that's the nice thing about that one.
But don't you find now that slicers are getting better almost on a daily basis? It'll be to the point where if you know what you're doing, you can pretty much achieve a perfect print on any printer because you're compensating for the printer via software. Yeah,
I just want to see one that has auto placement, not just auto placement, auto orientation.
Yes.
That's really what I want to see. I mean, there's so many other features out there, but that's, to me, if I think of, my wife and kids using it, that's still the one thing that they can't do is the orientation.
Yeah, definitely. And that's something that I imagine takes quite a complex algorithm to figure out what wants what, but it's not unachievable. It's just going to take time to get that written in software.
Yeah, Mesh Mixer is somewhat there, but it gives you options, and then you have to choose which option you want. So it's close. But we'll see. I think that's close. Anything on the SLA? Any interest there?
No, I've seen a couple. I'm sure you have as well. A couple of these Kickstarters that are cheap as chips. Yeah. And the Wanhao S7.
Yeah.
The S7. I was curious about at $500. I think that's worth a go. But a lot of people are coming from FDM printing and going into SLA and struggling. But I think you've got to take SLA as a completely different process and accept it's going to be a completely different process. I think a lot of people are not aware of the work that's involved and the cleanup and all the extra processes. FDM, you take off the print bridge on your way. SLA or certain version of SLA, you've got to cure it. You've got to put it under UV lamps or out under the sun. And there's a few extra steps. But if you get it right, the prints you're able to get phenomenal. Especially if you're a guy that likes printing little characters or chess sets or little implements, probably 2 or 3 times the size of a Benchy. For $400 or $500 now, you can get an SLA that will print to that volume.
Well, I think it's like you don't mind the post processing. I know there's some stuff I've seen you print.
Yeah.
Comes out really good, and you like doing the post processing and painting and sanding and all that stuff. Like for me, I hate that stuff.
Yeah.
So like an SLA probably would work fine for you, but for me, I don't have the patience for it.
Yeah. Do you see? That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people from FDM will struggle. They'll hear all these great things and don't quite realize there's a lot more work involved to get in that quality. Although it's via the print stages, where to get the quality on FDM, maybe that's spent after it's printed.
Yeah.
But the SLI, it's almost like an even run. It's while it's printing and all the rest of it. I'm sure a lot of people watched. What is it? Is it Edge? Not Edgestream. The German guy. Austrian guy. I forget his name. He did it on the One Hour S7 anyway. He streamed it live, and people waited and waited and waited, and by the end of it, the print bed lifted up, and there was completely nothing on the plate. So it's not an easy process to get right.
Yeah. So we're at the 7:30, or at least 7:30 my time. I think it's what, 11:30 yours or 12:30?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Any, both of us are short on time, unfortunately. We want to do a quick update for everybody to get it out.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you got time, Shay. Should we just quickly, for a couple of minutes, just talk about the ENIAC? For me, once my garage is done, I want to take the thing apart and I want to get a rail system in place. I know some people have done it. Mark's done it. But I'm looking to get rails across all 3 axes and just give it a boost into today's standards. Although the ENIAC as is a fantastic printer, we're all getting used to better quality prints. And with the ENIAC on its scale, I think we can do a little refinement, and that's what I'll be working on as soon as the garage is ready.
Yeah, so mine I think is going to be the focus on the carriage. I still have that Flex 3D sitting around, and I really think that's I think for the size of printer we have, I think that's really the way to go for a dual extrusion.
Definitely.
I know you've had
like to that quad if possible at some point.
Yeah, and I know you've had good luck with your Bowden, but I know myself and Mark have struggled with it.
Yeah, that's strange.
I think it's just the amount of experience you have with Bowden compared to both of us.
Yeah.
But I think it's, for me, really, I still don't want to go direct drive.
No.
'Cause I don't like that weight, and especially if you're going to rails eventually, I think I like the idea of the Flex 3D, and I think that's very promising for dual extrusion and possibly even quad extrusion.
Yeah.
So
you're in on that, aren't you? Do you have a unit coming or have a unit?
No, I have. That's why I'm frustrated, because I waited like 8 months for it, and I finally got it, and then I got a new job, and I've been sit down my computer even to do the CAD model. So I have a model that I started. So I think as soon as I get some time, I'll get that model finished up and then printed. Probably do a couple iterations of it.
Yeah.
And then I think it'll be good to go.
Yeah, I think with some of the modifications you plan on making and the ones I plan on making to the rails, combine them and we're just it's going to be amazing. Do you know what I mean? It's a great printer already, but now now it's there. It's been around for 6-12 months or whatever. Now's the time to push it and make it better.
Yeah, and I think I'll do some lighting stuff, but some other more cosmetic stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
I think just with the limited time I have, I think that's the major thing I'm going to focus on.
Yeah,
is getting that extruder installed.
For me, it's rails. So between us, we've got most sort of what people are asking about covered. I know Mark's done a lot of the rail work. So if you're looking to do the rails now, have a little chat with Mark, anyone, and he'll put you on the right track. But I do plan on releasing some details and some plans and all that sort of stuff, and on shape files and all that when I get into it.
Yeah, and I think, for us, I think we've been able to back off a little bit from the group and focus on the printer, other printers. And ultimately, again, to remind everybody, the reason we're buying all these printers is so that we can build other ENIAC printers in the future.
Yeah, or be better.
Or improve the ENIAC 40, right? That's ultimately the goal too.
Yeah.
So I think it's nice. I think Mark and Bill have stepped up.
Doing a great job.
So it's allowed Colin, I think, tell me if you agree or not, I think it's allowed us to kind of back off a little bit, focus on family stuff, but also focus on learning more to build more stuff in the future.
Exactly, because we're not done by any shapes or means. We're not done. Just everyone has points in their lives where they have less spare time, and it just so happens that mine and yours fell at the same time. Otherwise, one of us would still be about. But like Shay says, a couple of months max, and we'll be back in full flow.
Yeah, and I think if you kind of want to, let's say we're gonna give a preview, but let's say some of the big things that we're working on. I know I'm working and focusing on software. Yeah, that's going to be my focus. Is really, not necessarily.
Don't give too much away, Shay. Don't give too much away yet.
I'm not. I'm just like, it's just all software, firmware, computer software. You guys can figure it out on your own eventually. Yeah. But yeah, so that's my focus. I will say for years is hardware, right? Because of the rails and.
I would say hardware. Definitely. Yeah.
So I think we're making a good team together, and I think it's just patience, guys, and I think good stuff will come in time.
Yeah, and just keep building, guys. I know we're probably in a bit of a lull in the group at the moment, but just keep building. We're still about. We still answer questions if they're posted. Mark and Bill are very efficient at what they do in the group now, and me and Shay don't really get even chance to answer. It's already been dealt with before we get there, but we are there to help people, which is why we started.
Yep. All right. I think that.
Okay, guys. Thanks for listening.
Take care. See you soon.
Bye.